Hey there. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Ashley, and I am one of the coaches in this group. So whether you're coming to this group first time, this is the first time seeing this video, or maybe you wanted to come back and watch this, these videos will be here in the album for you to rewatch as many times as you would like. So what I'm going to talk about today is food prep. So food prep is key to success in this program, or any of these programs actually. So nutrition is 80% of your success and results. If you're not eating right and fueling your body the way that it needs to be fueled, it doesn't matter how much exercise you do, your results are going to be pretty limited. So it's really important to make sure to do your food prep. And honestly, doing food prep is actually going to save you time and money in the long run. So every week, I actually do my food prep twice a week just because of the way that my schedule works, because I work 12-hour shifts, so I work long stretches. So whether you do your food prep once or twice a week, you'll find out whatever works best for you. Most people who work Monday through Friday jobs will do their food prep on Saturdays or Sundays. And just like making the time to do your exercise, you have to make the time to do your food prep. You have to schedule in time on whatever day it's going to be, whether it's going to be Sunday afternoons. You need to schedule in an hour and a half to 2 hours and say, I'm going to do food prep on Sunday at 2 o'clock and 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. And that's just what I'm going to do. As if you had an appointment somewhere, you have to make the effort to do the food prep to be successful. Some people don't do food prep and they are successful, but there's very few and far in between, because we all live busy lives. Most of us have kids, or multiple jobs or other commitments, or they're teaching or coaching, and life happens and things get away from us. So make sure that you're getting your food prepped. So for me, for food prep, I make sure that I make out at least 2 different options for breakfast because I like variety. If you enjoy eating the same things over and over again every week, you can make a big batch of one thing and eat that entire whatever it is that you decide to make. If you decide to make spinach pancakes or like an oat bake or a breakfast hash or yogurt and berries, like whatever it is that you're going to have for breakfast, make it out for the entire time. Or at least until you know you're going to have time to prep again. Then I also would suggest making out several batches of snacks, and within your meal portions. Like for myself, for snacks, what I usually make for snacks are like cottage cheese and celery, or cottage cheese and peppers, or a side of hummus and some sort of vegetable, or a piece of fruit and some sort of nuts. So whatever it is that's within your meal plan, because depending on which program you're in, your containers and meal plan may be a little bit different. So I always like to make sure that I have plenty of snacks prepped and available. And then same thing for your lunch. So whatever it is that you're going to have for lunches, if you want variety, make multiple meals. Or if you want to eat the same thing, then that's fine to make, turkey burgers and a side salad for every day of your work week. And then I also, once again, make sure that I would have an afternoon snack available, and then also have stuff prepped for supper. And I know some people really don't like leftovers, and I was terrible about leftovers. Before I started these programs, I just really didn't like to eat leftovers, unless it was pizza, of course, and only if it was cold. But seeing how pizza is probably pretty limited, you can also prep your stuff and not actually cook it. So one thing that I really like to make is a zucchini lasagna. And just like you would make a pasta lasagna, I remember my mom, like she used to make things in advance and like make a pasta lasagna and have it all set and ready to go in the oven. Well, you can make a zucchini lasagna, have it all set and ready to go in the oven, and then when you get home from work on Tuesday night, you can throw that in the oven. But having those things ready and available, whether you have them already pre-cooked or you have them prepped and ready to go in the fridge, is going to be really helpful for you along the way. And the reason why having your food prepped is helpful is because, like I said, we all live busy lives. And so what ends up happening is you get home from work late and, there's a disaster in the house or something comes up and you're like, I don't have time to find something that's going to fit within my portion control to eat, or you feel stressed and feel like you don't have time, because in reality we probably have 2 minutes to figure out something that you can make. But if we have food prepped already, we can just grab it out of the fridge, heat it up, or eat it as is, versus needing to think about what it is that I can make, what it is that can fit in my containers, and do I have time to do it, and then clean up my mess. And how this is also going to help you save money is if everything's prepped and ready and you've put the time and effort into your food, you're not going to find yourself stopping at the gas station or stopping at the store to grab something quick to eat or running through the drive-thru, which we know is a bad idea. So if you have your food prepped, you've put in the time and the effort to do that, you're more likely to eat it because you've spent the money to buy the food, you've put in the effort to make it, and it's already ready and available. So yes, there's going to be days where you're still going to want to get off track and you're not going to eat your prep food. But if you have it there, that's, one more step closer to keeping you on track and keeping you headed in the right direction. So prep your food, and like I said, whether you want to just prep it all and have it ready for some of your meals that you can just throw in at night, or you want to cook it all in advance, you'll find out what works for you. But make sure that you set aside the time to do it. And I would suggest, as starting out, to set aside 2 hours. If you don't use the 2 hours, great. Now you have an extra hour. But for me, most of the time, it's an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on what I'm making and how much I have prepped out. And I prep everything out into my containers. I portion control it, so I measure everything out. And that seems to be super helpful. So if you have any questions about what types of foods you should be prepping, or if you have questions about maybe some recipes, there is an album here, some recipes, but you can also reach out to myself or your coach if you have any questions about what you should be doing for food prep. Alrighty, good luck to you guys, and we're here if you have any questions. Bye.